Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Aquila and welcome to my cozy space. So today I'm going to be doing part 2 of a mini series that I'm working on right now. It's an 8-week journaling challenge leading up to the new year. So the purpose of this challenge is to create journaling habits and create habits in your lifestyle that will set you up for success in 2024. And one of the major reasons I decided to do this is because I'm a yoga teacher, and a major part of my yoga practice is the mindfulness and the self-awareness aspect of yoga. So I started making journaling a major part of my yoga practice in 2020, and I'm hoping to share some of the things that have helped me stay consistent with it over the years. So if you missed the first video in this series, I'll put a link to it here, so you can always click back and check that one out first. In that video, I go through my entire journal setup, so how I structure everything in my journal. And each of these videos, I'm going to be providing 7 prompts. So if you watch that video, it will make a little bit more sense as to why you need 7 prompts. So today I'm going to be giving you the second set of 7 prompts. This will be for week 2 of this journaling challenge. And I also am going to be releasing a video on Thursday that's going to be a movement practice. So if you want to incorporate some movement practices into your habits leading into 2024, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss when I upload new movement videos every Thursday. So today, all of the journaling prompts we're going to be going through are going to be focusing on yourself in this present moment right now. So all the prompts we focused on last week were looking back on the previous year, looking back on your life before you, and looking at the things that were and were not serving you then. And so now we're going to take it into the present moment, really take a look at yourself right now. This is probably going to be one of the most challenging parts of this series, is really looking into who you are at this very moment and doing an evaluation of the things that you appreciate about yourself, that you'd like to take forward, and the things that maybe you'd like to make some improvements on going forward into the new year. So as we get into these prompts, they might be a little bit heavy, they might be very personal. I encourage you to be patient with yourself through writing out some of these ideas, and just be gracious towards yourself, be gentle with yourself, because none of us are perfect, and part of the reason that we do this work is so that we can just try to be the best version of ourselves possible. So if you're starting to write and you're thinking there are some things that you're ashamed of that are coming up, just know that this is your opportunity to recognize that and move forward. You don't have to dwell on the things that maybe you don't love so much about yourself. You can simply choose to evaluate those things about yourself and do your very best to modify as you can to be a better version of yourself going forward. So now that we've spoken a little bit about that, self-love, grace, all that good stuff, let's get into some of these journaling prompts. So your journaling prompt for day 1 is going to be, how much do you value what people think about you? And do you think how others perceive you is limiting your potential? This was a big one for me, I know. I'm very much a people pleaser, and if you are a people pleaser too, it can be detrimental if it gets to an extreme. Prompt number 2, this will be for day 2 of your journaling. What relationships in your life are healthy to take forward with you? Now, this can be a really intense question as well. I'm not saying with this prompt at all that you have to cut people out of your life in order to be a better version of yourself in the new year, but there is a chance that you may have to do that. So just taking a second to reflect for yourself, if you feel like that's you, that maybe there are some relationships that you have to leave behind in order to be a healthier version of yourself going forward. And prompt number 3, what is a feeling, habit, or aspect of your current lifestyle you would like to leave behind this year? So this one is a really big one. I feel as though everyone on this planet has an addiction or has something that they do more often than they should. They have a habit, right? So for me, it's coffee. I drink way too much coffee. Have I heard that's not good for me? Yes. Do I continue to do it? Yes. Should I maybe try and kick that habit going forward into the new year? Maybe. Will I? Probably not. But you can just write down for yourself if there's anything that you're struggling with that you feel like has become a really ingrained habit that you want to try and kick in the new year. Or maybe it's just a feeling that you've been hanging on to for a really long time that you're ready to let go of. So just take a moment to write about that. All right, so next, what are the things about yourself that you are currently proud of and want to take forward with you this year? This can be hard to write about in a completely different sense, because as much as it's hard to write about our flaws, I think sometimes it's even more difficult to write about our positive attributes. So really don't be shy. Nobody else has to read this. You don't have to worry about what others are going to perceive of you. If you write something lovely about yourself, or if you open up and admit that you're proud of something about yourself. So don't let any of those voices in your head saying, oh, you're too overconfident or you need to stay humble. Just take the time to acknowledge something that you're proud of. All right, so prompt number 5, list some feelings you have surrounding where you are currently at. So you can either choose to just make a list of those feelings, or you can elaborate on them a little bit more. It's really up to you what you'd like to do with that prompt. Prompt number 6, who are your biggest inspirations right now and why? So for this one, you can really just take the time to delve into a person that you really admire, and maybe just kind of take some mental notes here of how you can emulate some of their habits. How can you emulate some of their behaviors? This prompt is not intended to try to transform you into somebody that you're not, but we can learn a lot from watching people that we admire, and we can learn a lot from what they do. So if you see someone that you think they are just on top of the world and they're doing everything I want to do and they are everything that I want to be, you can start to look at their lifestyle and take notes, take little things into consideration that you can start to implement yourself. And our very last journaling prompt for today, what is currently holding you back from what you want? So that's going to be your last journaling prompt for the week of that set of 7. So next week I will be providing 7 more journaling prompts, so definitely stay tuned for that video. That video will be coming out next Sunday, and as I said, I do upload movement classes on Thursdays as well, so there will be a new one coming this coming Thursday. I upload twice a week. Thank you so much again for watching the video if you stayed all the way till the end, and I will see you next Sunday with some new prompts, and I really hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll see you next time.